Welcome back, friends. This is Miss Phillips. Are you ready to head into Grade 4, Module 7, Lesson 4 with me today? In today's lesson, we are going to solve word problems using our conversion tables. Today, our learning objective is to solve multiplicative comparison word problems using measurement conversion tables. Friends, this just simply means that we're going to practice applying the rules we learned about measurement from our conversion tables. We're going to compare two things using multiplication. Are you ready? Today we will be using our problem set for Module 7, Lesson 4 to complete our concept development. Be sure to find it in your math workbook. Don't worry if you don't have your book. I will have the problems on the screen for you. Just be sure you have something to write with and paper to write on if you don't have your book. We will be working through these problems together, and I will have you pause the video to work on some of the problems on your own, and then we will go over them. All right, friends, let's get started. You ready to work together? Our first problem says, Beth is allowed 2 hours of TV time each week. Her sister is allowed 2 times as much. How many minutes of TV can Beth's sister watch? So the first thing I'm thinking as I read through the problem is that they told me the amount of time that Beth watched TV, which was 2 hours, but they're asking me how many minutes Beth's sister can watch. So I will have to make a multiplicative comparison of hours to minutes. If you think you may need your conversion tables, go ahead and pause the video and find them. Just press play when you're ready to continue. All right, friends, let's keep going. I want you to work through this problem with me. So write down with me the information that you see on the screen. We're going to work the first problem together. We want to use the read, draw, write method. So the first thing I want to do is create a tape diagram that shows how many hours Beth watches TV, and then a second diagram that shows Beth's sister. And it might look something similar to this. So using my conversion table, I know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So 2 hours is equal to 120 minutes. That means that Beth watches TV for 120 minutes. So Beth's sister is allowed 2 times as much. Friends, what can I do to figure out how much TV Beth's sister can watch? Sure, you can take Beth's time, which is 120 minutes, and multiply it by 2. 120 minutes times 2 equals 240 minutes. So Beth's sister is allowed to watch 240 minutes of TV each week. Lucky her. Let's look at the second problem. It says Clay weighs 9 times as much as his baby sister. Clay weighs 63 pounds. How much does his baby sister weigh in ounces? So for this problem, I'm going to need my conversion table for pounds and ounces. If you need to pause the video and find this conversion table, or make a new one, go ahead and do that. 1 pound equals 16 ounces. All right, friends, let's continue. So what did you notice as we read through this problem? I noticed that Clay's weight is in pounds, but they want to know the weight of his baby sister in ounces. So I will need to convert pounds into ounces. So now I want you to pause the video and draw a tape diagram that will represent Clay and his sister. Remember to press play when you've finished. Okay, so remember to pause the video if you need more time. Your tape diagram might look something similar to mine. Don't worry if it's not exactly the same, but your picture should represent that Clay is 9 times bigger than his sister. So next I'm thinking that if Clay weighs 63 pounds, and that is 9 times greater than his sister, then I'd have to divide 63 by 9 to find the weight of his sister in pounds. I wouldn't want to multiply because his sister is a baby, and it wouldn't make sense that she weighs more than Clay. I would have a value greater than 63 if I multiplied 63 times 9. So when I divide 63 by 9, I get 7. That means that Clay's sister weighs 7 pounds. Perfect! I'm done, right, friends? I mean, I figured out what her weight is. Wait, what do you mean I'm not done? Oh, that's right. I need to find her weight in ounces. How do you think I could do that? Yeah, I can use my conversion tables. That's really good thinking. I need to take 7 and I need to multiply it by 16 ounces because 1 pound equals 16 ounces. So go ahead and pause the video and multiply 16 times 7. Remember to press play when you've finished. All right, friends, are you ready to check your answer? 16 times 7 equals 112 ounces. So Clay's sister weighs 112 ounces. All right, let's look at the third problem. We're really rocking now. Our third problem says Helen has 4 yards of rope. Daniel has 4 times as much rope as Helen. How many more feet of rope does Daniel have compared to Helen? So you'll need your conversion chart for yards to feet for this problem. Stop and think about what the multiplicative comparison is. Can you tell me? Yeah, that's correct. We have to convert yards into feet. So 1 yard is going to be equal to 3 feet. We know how many yards Helen has and that Dan has 4 times as many, but our final answer has to be in feet. So now I want you to pause the video. Draw a tape diagram to represent Helen's amount of rope compared to Dan's. Then I want you to solve the problem. When you've finished, press play and I will go over it with you. Remember, the problem is asking you to find how many more feet Daniel has compared to Helen. This can be a little tricky, friends, so think about how many more feet and what that might mean. Pause the video and solve the problem. Okay, friends, pause if you need more time. Remember, I want you to draw a tape diagram to represent the word problem. So you may have drawn something similar to this. Don't worry if it's not exactly the same, but you should have something that shows that Daniel's piece of rope is 4 times greater than Helen's. I also have a question mark under the 3 pieces of Daniel's rope because the question was asking me how many more feet Daniel had than Helen. So I'm not looking for Daniel's total number of feet. I'm looking for how much more he had. Did you catch that, friends? If not, pause the video and rework the problem. Meaning, if your answer to this is 48 feet, you calculated the entire length of Daniel's rope, not how much more he has than Helen. Pause the video and see if you can rework the problem. Remember to press play when you are ready to work through the solution. Okay, pause if you need more time. So when I started this problem, I remembered that I needed to find Daniel's rope in feet, and 1 yard equals 3 feet. So 4 yards will equal 12 feet. This is the length in feet of Helen's rope. Daniel has 3 more pieces than Helen. Can you see the 3 pieces in the way I drew on my tape diagram? So I multiplied 12 feet times 3 to get 36 feet. Daniel has 36 more feet of rope than Helen does. You may have also solved this problem by calculating the entire length of Daniel's rope, which would have been 48 feet, and then subtracting 12 feet, which was the length of Helen's rope, and this will also give you 36 feet. Daniel has 36 more feet of rope than Helen does. Give yourself a pat on the back, friends, for working through this problem. It got a little bit tricky, but I'm glad you persevered through it and kept with it. Let's take a look at the next one. We've got 2 more to go. In this problem, we're still using a multiplicative comparison, but this time we're using a metric conversion. We did a lot of work with metric conversions in Module 2. Let's read this problem together. A dishwasher uses 11 liters of water for each cycle. A washing machine uses 5 times as much water as a dishwasher uses for each load. Combined, how many milliliters of water are used for one cycle of each machine? Okay, so in this problem, my multiplicative comparison is liters to milliliters. 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. I also noticed that I have to find the milliliters of water that is used in one cycle for each machine. That means the total for the dishwasher and the washing machine. I'd like you to pause the video and work through this problem. Remember to draw a tape diagram to represent the dishwasher and the washing machine. Solve the problem and write a sentence to answer the problem. Press play when you're ready to continue. Okay, friends, press pause if you need more time. Let me start with the tape diagram. Your picture should look something similar to mine. It may not be exact, but it should show that the washing machine is 5 times greater than the dishwasher. So I'm going to walk you through one way to solve this problem, and then I'm going to show you 2 other ways you could have solved it. It's okay if ours do not look exactly the same, but you should have found what 5 times greater than 11 liters is, and then added the dishwasher and converted to milliliters. It's a lot of steps to keep track of. So first, I found out how many liters the washing machine was. I multiplied 11 times 5 because it was 5 times greater, and I got 55 liters. The washing machine uses 55 liters for each load. Next, I added the 55 liters plus 11 liters and got 66 liters. This is the total amount of water used for the washing machine and the dishwasher. Last, I needed to convert those liters into milliliters, and I know that 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. So I multiplied 66 liters times 1,000 to get 66,000 milliliters of water. Both machines used 66,000 milliliters of water for one cycle. Here are 2 more solutions for this problem. You may have completed your work in one of these ways, and that's okay too. In solution B, I combined the 5 parts of the washing machine plus 1 part of the dishwasher to make 6 total liters, and then I multiplied that by 11 since each part represented 11 liters. Then I multiplied that by 1,000 milliliters to get 66,000 milliliters. In solution C, I took 11 liters and converted it to 11,000 milliliters. Then I multiplied that by the 6 total parts to get 66,000 milliliters. Which way worked best for you, friends? Great job. Thanks for working hard. All right, friends, this is our last problem for the day. Thank you for working hard through this lesson with me. Number 5 is a challenge problem, so I won't be going over it step by step with you today, but I will put up the solution for solving it. Go ahead and pause the video. Read through the problem and follow the read, draw, write method to solve it. When you're ready, press play and I will share the solution with you. Okay, so here's an example of my tape diagram and the solution for the problem. How did you do on this one? It was a bit tricky, but I hope that you worked hard to solve it. Feel free to pause the video so you can have time to check over your solution, and press play when you're ready to continue. Whew. Wow, friends, that was a lot of hard work today. I'm really proud of you persevering. Don't forget to get on Zearn and work through some fluency, and of course, be awesome.